Hi, I am Kiara and I'm with the Chef's Connection, and today we are at the showroom and bakery of this fantastic, talented chef,
Ron Ben Israel,
Baker. We got an amazing tour, gorgeous, gorgeous space. But now I want to know a little more about you, the person, the man behind the cakes. So,
me and the cakes are the same.
You are the same. You and the cakes are one.
I exist for cakes.
Well, I love that.
Oh, that sounds so good. Even with a heavy accent, I exist for cakes.
I know that. Just always say that when you start an interview. You have a pretty eclectic background. I mean, it wasn't always cakes.
Right.
You were a dancer.
Right.
You were in the army.
Yes.
You had, I'm sure, many other passions as well.
Yeah.
So does that all sort of feed into this ultimate?
Actually, everything in my past helps me with the cakes, including lifting them. So you can, you know, a lot of people, because there's such great exposure for cake design in the past few years, send me letters saying my dream is to become a cake designer. But you don't start even with a 10 cake designer. You start by washing dishes, mixing the cake batter, learning how to bake, and slowly you get to where you are.
Yeah.
In the school, at the International Culinary Center, we address each other as chefs when we instruct. And the students are required to call us chefs, but that's a formal title in school. But in real life, you don't go to school and graduate and become a chef. Chef means a master. I don't call myself a chef. There are bigger people out there. So, you know, a certain humility will not hurt.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
What do you think?
I think you might.
Yeah. I'm a gunner when it comes to desserts. I've always been sort of a sugar addict and very hyper kid, and sugar is my passion.
So what's your favorite thing? Is it cakes to indulge in, or is
my favorite thing are baked goods, but especially baked goods, especially yeast-raised doughs. So I always go to the ICC, and I know where the class is, and the bread kitchen, which is my favorite. I also took the bread course myself, and that's the big thing, you know, babkas and kugelhopf and danishes, all laminated dough. It's a hard life. It's a hard life.
It's rough. Any savory indulgences?
I cook all the time. I love to cook at home, but if it was my choice, if I was in a desert island, I just want to have a sugar plantation.
Yeah.
When I went to school, and we learned how to pipe lines, we learned dots, then we learned how to make ruffles in icing, we learned how to make basket weave, but then people would just order a basket weave cake, a polka dot cake. It did not make sense to me. Here, people come in and we talk about the stationery. Is there a monogram? Is there a certain kind of look? And then it's not one cake that there's no style A, B, or C.
Yeah, choose one or two or three.
Exactly. So the cakes are a manifestation of the celebrants. Even for the first birthday cake, it's already what the kid likes. I like to prepare the cakes as a canvas. So most times they'll be very symmetrical and tall and neat, and then sort of break it with movement.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the craziest cake? Is there a single craziest cake you've ever been asked to create or have created?
I think when I started, what was very crazy for me is, I don't know how it came about, but I know we were the first to do tilted cakes. I didn't like, there is a style where the cakes themselves are shaved to be off-centered. And it wasn't me. I like the cakes to be really tall and neat, but then we tilt each tier in unexpected ways, and that was crazy in the beginning, especially that the first cakes were not very stable, and we really, by a miracle, the cake goddess was watching for us. Each one of our cakes is its own opening night, you know, usually for a wedding or a celebration, anniversary, birthday. These are once in a lifetime events, and we get to shine, then they get to eat the cake, it's perishable, and we go. You can see my full interview on chefsconnection.com. chefsconnection.com.